And then let's slowly rise up to standing. So making your way into a standing pose. I want to remind everyone as we get there that this is our last class of the summer. We will be back on Thursdays in the fall. So our last class this week, and then we'll start again the week of September 14th. So I will see you again on Thursdays then. As you're standing, roll your shoulders up towards your ears and then roll them back and down. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. On your inhale, reach through fingers forward and up. Keep it slow. Exhale, turn palms out, press and resist. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, turn palms out and press. On your inhale, reach forward and up. On this exhale, bring your right hand to your right hip as you sway over to the right and hold. Full breath in, reach. Full breath out, sway. If you want to add a little extra, you can interlace fingers, pointers extend, and sway from your hips from there. Take one more big round of breath. Reach or press palms, sway into hips. Come back up to standing. Both arms reach up towards the ceiling. Peek up. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Sway to the left. Full breath in. Full breath out. Option to press palms, interlace fingers, reach from there. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more inhale. Exhale, sway to the left and pause. Reach both arms back up to center. You can interlace fingers, pointers extend. We're coming into a back bend, or you can bring your hands behind your head. Let your head get heavy in your hands. I want you to grow your back bend from your feet. So ground down through your feet, press into your legs and send your hips forward. Keep that head heavy in your hands if your hands are behind your head. Press your elbows out, open your heart and chest. If your fingertips are up, keep your ears between your biceps. Everybody take one more breath, come into your back bend. Slowly come back up to center. Reach both arms up. Coming into a downhill skier, bend your knees, send your hips back. Press palms at heart center. Press elbows into knees. Roll shoulders away from your ears and find a long spine. Inhale. Exhale, sink your hips a little lower. Release your hands to the floor. Keep your chest on your thighs, coming into a forward fold. You can walk your feet in and tap your big toes. Leave some space between your heels. Wrap your arms behind your legs, elbows behind your knee crease, fingertips facing down. Let your head hang. No tension in your shoulders, your neck, your face. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, send breath to the deepest part of your lungs. Exhale, let it go. Take one more round of breath. Tip weight forward. Send your hips up. Slowly unravel your fold and tap it back into the downhill skier. We're going to come into our lunge backs. So if you have blocks or props, you can use your blocks to frame your feet and you can rest your hands on your blocks. If you don't have them, it's okay. Find that long spine. Release your hands to frame your feet and send your right foot way back. We're not going to lift up in our lunge this week. We're going to keep it long and release our back knee down. So I want you to really feel this low lunge. Left knee stacked over left ankle. Spine is long, shoulders rolling back. Take a full round of breath. Pull your core in. Now release your back knee down. Lift both arms up, reaching towards the ceiling. We're taking a tiny twist. So bring your left arm forward. Your left arm is going to press into the inside of your left knee. Right arm can reach back, so almost like a low V with both arms, or you can tap your back arm on your leg. We're going to concentrate on our frog pose today, and we're going to open up our inner thigh and our groin. So I want you to feel that opposite energy. Feel that inner thigh stretch. Take one more breath. Inhale back to center, reach both arms up. Exhale, release, hands down to frame your front foot. Lift your back knee and tuck your back toe. Look forward, step forward, and fold. Return to your downhill skier to neutralize your spine. Shoulders away from ears, sink hips low. Release hands to frame your feet and lunge your left foot back. Keeping this low lunge just for a moment to find that long spine. Make sure your core is engaged. Release your back knee down. Reach both arms up. Tiny twist. Right arm to the inside of your right knee. Left arm reaching back, or you can release it on your leg. Opposite energy. So arm into knee, knee into arm. Create that inner thigh stretch. Take one more breath. Inhale back to center, reach up. Exhale, release hands down. Tuck your back toes behind you, lift your back knee, look forward, step forward, and fold. On your inhale, just lift halfway, tap your shins, find a flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, reach arms back to airplane. Now keeping hips low, sweep forward and up to your chair pose. Take a full inhale and a full exhale. Straighten legs, reach arms up. We're gonna come into our eagle pose. So bend your knees, take your right arm under your left. Pick your right leg up, wrap it over your left, squeezing your thighs together. Big toe, right big toe can stay out for a kickstand. You can wrap it around your ankle. You can just leave it hanging out by your side. These look nice, everyone. Try to stay a little taller in your upper body and then just sink down into that standing leg. Good. Take one more breath in your eagle. Sink to your lowest point. Slowly unravel, spring out, reach up, tap palms at the top. Bend your knees, take your left arm under your right. Pick your left leg up, exaggerate this, and then wrap it over your right. If you can't quite grab hands, you can reach out for opposite shoulders. Strong core, tall upper body, sinking and grounding down through that standing leg. One more breath. Unravel, spring out, reach up. Release arms by your sides, conscious mountain pose, full breath in, full breath out. Coming into our tree pose, shift weight into your left foot. Bring your right knee up to 90. Take one breath to stand nice and tall. So growing through your left hip, just standing nice and tall through your left side, and then taking your right foot out to the right. Press it into your thigh, calf, or ankle. Arms can stay by your sides. Hands can come to heart center. You can interlace hands and flip them up. You can reach both arms up for your branches. Pick that spot on the wall, your drishti, something in front of you. Let that be your focal point. Just feel your breath. Take one more breath to lift from your heart and chest. Slowly bring your right knee back to 90. Arms by your sides. Take a tiny pause. Good. Release your right foot down. Shift weight right. Left knee lifts, hip height. Take that breath to just stand tall. Left knee out to the left. Press your foot into your thigh, calf, or ankle. Find that steady base, that grounding in your right foot before you move. And then you can bury your arms. One more breath to lift up, to press your left knee out to the left. Slowly bring yourself back in, being mindful. Left knee to 90. Arms by your sides. Release your left foot down. Take a nice big breath. You can shake out your feet, shake out your ankles. We'll take one long set of dancers. Left arm lifts up to the ceiling, right arm out to the side. You can always come to a wall or a pillar if you'd like that assistance. Catch your right foot behind you. Lift your left fingertips up and then start to kick back into your right hand. You have the option to hinge forward from your hips. You can reach forward. You can keep reaching up if that's better for you. If you're against the wall, you want to press your hand into that wall or pillar and then just kick back. Beautiful dancers today, everyone. Take one more breath. Just reach and kick. Find your edge. Slowly bring yourself back in. Tap your knees. Release your foot. Take a backstroke or windmill of your arms. Right fingertips up. Left hand out. Catch your left foot behind you. Take that pause at the top. Grow tall. When you're ready, kick back. I like to kick from my furthest point and then start to hinge forward. If I try to do both at the same time, I usually fall like I just did. But you do whatever works for you. You'll have different bodies, different anatomies. Just feel it out. Explore your pose. Explore every yoga pose, really. See what feels best. Right here, one more breath. Kick, reach, lift. Slowly bring yourself back in. Tap your knees. Release your foot. You can take a couple of backstrokes or windmills of your arms, opening up your shoulders. Land in that conscious mountain pose. Full inhale. Full exhale. Walk to the back of your mat. We'll take a warrior 3. Arms reach up, interlace fingers, pointers extend. Lift your left knee up to 90. Now take a small step forward with your left foot and roll onto the ball of your right. I want you to find a pause here and feel the energy from your fingertips to your heel. Then start to lift your right foot, hinging into your warrior 3. So even if you just lift your back foot an inch, even a centimeter, you're still doing the pose. Bring your hands to heart center, press palms, roll shoulders away from your ears. Then reach arms back to airplane. As you lift your arms and reach them back, lift your right leg a little higher, press back. Slowly hinge yourself forward, right knee comes to 90. Arms reach up, interlace fingers, pointers extend. Take that step with your right foot as you roll onto the ball of your left. Take that pause. You know where you're going. Hinge in. Hands to heart center. Press palms, roll shoulders back and down. Reach arms back. Hover your left leg a little higher. Press back through your left heel. Now slowly hinge your left knee to 90. Ending as we began. Arms reach up, interlace fingers, pointers extend, grow even taller. Release your left foot down. Release both arms by your sides. Big inhale. Big exhale. Walk to the front of your mat this time, facing the right for our wide angles. Reach your arms up and press your palms. Now step out nice and wide. Right foot steps out, bringing arms out to a T. Flip your palms up. Feel that opening in your heart and chest. Then flip palms down, pull your core in, find a long spine. Hinge yourself forward. Release your hands right underneath your face or shoulders after you're parallel with the floor. Now coming into a wide-legged forward fold, tip that weight forward and send your hips up. You can reach out for calves or ankles. You can grab your big toe. If you do have a block or a prop, you can release your hands to a block. Just keep that long spine. Tip in just a little bit more. Send your tailbone high. Release hands back underneath your shoulders. Bring hands to hips or reach arms out to a T. Use your core to lift yourself up to standing. Turn your right toes back towards the back of your mat. Bend into your right knee for warrior two. Press your right knee out towards your pinky toe, but make sure it's stacked over your ankle. Then look out past your fingertips. Now from your warrior two, thumbs up towards the ceiling, reach forward, bent knee triangle, elbow to knee or arm can press to the inside of your leg. We're gonna take a side angle today. So just reach your top arm forward, find length from your fingertips to your back heel. Pause, and then let's take big arm circles. So you can choose forward or back, whichever feels more natural. Pause in that side angle just for a moment. Arm circle, pause. Now this time I want you to reach for the floor. So turn your body a little bit. Middle fingertip or fingernail scrapes the floor. Lift up, side angle, hold. Full round of breath. Float yourself back to your warrior two. Flip your front palm. Reach up and back, revolve. That front knee stays nice and strong. Inhale, reach up, reach back. Exhale, come back to your warrior two. Straighten your front leg, turn your toes in. We're coming into our standing frog, our pose of the month. Elbows up shoulder height, turn your heels in and toes out. Keep that core strong. Sink your hips down. Now using your own leg strength, that inner thigh strength, press your knees out towards your toes. Sink 2 more inches. Now hinge forward. Elbows to the insides of your knees. Now you can use your elbows to press your knees out. Really feel that inner thigh, that groin stretch. Option to take a little sway side to side. Keep your hips low, come back to center. Lift yourself back up to your frog, hold. We're just gonna add a little dynamic movement now. So on your inhale, straighten legs, straighten arms to a starfish. Exhale, come back down into your frog, sink hips. Inhale, reach up, starfish. Exhale, back to your frog, sink a little lower. Inhale, starfish. Exhale, frog. On your inhale, starfish. On this exhale, frog and hold. Sink lower. Straighten legs. You can starfish again. Bring your arms back to a T. Right toes turn in, left toes forward. Coming back to our warrior two, bend into your left knee. Thumbs up towards the ceiling. Reach for your bent knee triangle. Taking that side angle today. Reach your top arm forward. Pause. Now take those arm circles either forward or back. Pause in the side angle. Keep your spine nice and long. Crown of your head reaching forward. Fingertips reaching forward. On your last one, I want you to turn slightly, scrape your mat, reach back, reach up, pause in the side angle. Come back to your warrior two. Flip your front palm, reach up and back, revolve. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, come back to your warrior two. Straighten your front leg, turn your toes in. Bring your hands to your hips, walk yourself into a 2 or 3 foot base. We're coming into our standing head to knee. So pivot on your heels to face the back of your mat. Right toes back, left toes at about 10 or 11 o'clock. Reach arms up, press palms, cross thumbs. Curl your chin to your chest and dome or roll over your leg. Again, if you have a block, you can use 1, you can use 2 to frame your foot. If not, use your hands to frame your front foot. Bend into your front knee and tap your forehead to your knee. Keep your low belly, your low core nice and strong. But let your head, neck, and shoulders hang. Take one more breath. Make that forehead to knee connection. Reach arms forward. Press palms, lock thumbs. Keeping ears between biceps, press yourself back up to the top. Then pivot on your heels to face forward. I'm going to switch out my feet because I was already forward. Left toes forward, right toes 2 or 3 o'clock. Reach up. Chin to chest curl. Dome and round. Standing head to knee. Frame your front foot. Tap your forehead to your knee. Make that forehead to knee connection. Reach arms forward. Press palms, lock thumbs. Nice and slow with control. Roll yourself back up to standing. Once your gaze is forward, step your right foot forward to meet your left. Reach tall. Release your arms by your sides. Big breath in. Big breath out. Go ahead and lay down on your back, whichever way works for you, either forehead towards the camera or away. Just take a little mini Shavasana. You can grab a drink of water if you have one handy. Receive your standing practice. Send your toes up towards the ceiling. Pull your right knee in for single knee to chest. Press your left leg down, or you can hover your left heel just an inch. Give yourself a squeeze. Press your left leg down. One more breath. Now bend your left leg so your foot is on the floor and your knee is bent. Stack your right ankle on your left knee. Lift your left leg up to 90. Reach through that space we just created and pull your left leg in. If your right elbow can tap your right knee, you can use your elbow to press your knee out to get a little more out of this pose. You can also take your right hand and press your knee out. Just try to keep both shoulders down on the mat. Try to keep your low tailbone down on the mat. Keep both feet flexed to protect your knees. Inhale, squeeze that left leg in. Exhale. Release your left foot to the floor. Send your right leg high. Interlace behind your knee or your calf. Leading with your heart, lift yourself up. If it's in your practice or available, you can tap your forehead to your knee. Just don't force anything. Release your upper body down. Press palms down into the floor. Right heel stays high. Now slowly lower your right heel to the ground, finding length through your right leg. When your right heel hits, send your left leg to meet it. Feet fall out, palms face up. Just take a breath. Toes back up towards the ceiling. Bring your left knee in, single knee to chest. Press your right leg down or hover your right heel an inch. If anyone has tight hip flexors like I do, this also feels really good if you sit on a block, or if you do this like on your bed or on a table where you can let your other leg or straight leg hang down, then you can really feel that in your opposite hip flexor too. So feel free to try that at home. Basically anywhere where you can be higher and then your leg can hang. Take one more breath here, squeeze in. Right foot on the floor, right knee bent. Stack your left ankle on your right knee. Lift your right leg up, reach through that space, pull in, press your spine, your shoulders, your low tailbone down. Again, you can press your left knee out. Big round of breath. Give yourself a squeeze. Release your right foot to the floor. Send your left leg high. Interlace behind your knee or your calf, leading with your heart lift up. Release upper body down, palms down into the floor. Left heel is high. Using muscle control, lengthen and lower all the way down to your mat. Send your right leg to meet it. Take a round of breath. Go ahead and flip over onto your belly, coming into our prone back bends. We'll start with Cobra, and we'll take a rolling Cobra today. So forehead taps on your mat, hands come to about mid-rib. So everyone just slide your hands back a little bit. Good. Elbows up, shoulders squeezing together. Tops of your feet pressing down. If you can tap your big toes, press those into each other too. Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time as you press into your hands. I should say one rib at a time, front of our body. And then roll yourself down. Forehead taps the mat. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down. Forehead taps. On this inhale, when you roll up, when you get to your furthest point, I want you to just take a tiny pause and then slowly lower all the way down. Gaze to the right, or you can make a pillow with your arms and rest your forehead on your hands or arms. Forehead comes back to center, taking a full locust. So arms by your sides. Lift your palms up, spider tip fingers. Lift your heart and chest. Then lift your arms, thumbs up towards the ceiling. I want you to find full upper body extension, so lifting up before you lift your legs, and then ground down through your hips to lift the legs. Keep those arms reaching back, keep those shoulder blades squeezing together. Lift heart and chest, lift legs. Release all the way down. Gaze to the left or make that pillow. Forehead back to center. You have two options. You can take another full locust, maybe interlacing your hands at your tailbone this time and pressing back to lift up. Or you can take a bow pose, bending your knees, reaching back for your ankles or feet to kick back. So if you're in bow, kick into your feet or press into your ankles to lift up. If you're in that full locust, press back with your hands or just lift your heart and chest, lift legs. In either pose, your hips are what is grounding you down into your mat. So feel that, press your hips down. If you're in the bow, I want you to feel your breath. So much that maybe it rocks you slightly forward and back. Everyone take one more breath, kick back, lift up, release all the way down. Gaze to the right or make that pillow. Forehead back to center, hands under shoulders. Press yourself up, almost to a tabletop, to a seated position, and then bring your knees forward. We're gonna take a hero's pose, which is a seated meditative pose. I think we did this last week. So tap your knees together and separate your feet hip distance. If you can sit back in between your feet, go ahead. If not, you can use a block, maybe 2 blocks. If you don't have props, go ahead and just sit back on your heels. If this doesn't feel good on your knees or your hips, I want you to just sit wherever it feels good for you. You can sit cross-legged. Close your eyes wherever you are. Release your hands on your thighs and just feel your breath moving through you. If other thoughts bubble up besides your breath, I want you to picture them inside a cloud and then picture the wind just sweeping those thoughts away. Focus comes back to your breathing. On your next breath, show yourself some gratitude. Think about how amazing our bodies are. They're truly amazingly engineered machines. Our breath keeps us going, our heart, our blood, many of our organs keep us going. But our breath is something that we don't even notice sometimes throughout our day. We do on our mat, but off our mat, not so much. And it still keeps us breathing, moving, doing. Thank your breath. Thank your body for that. One more inhale to sit up nice and tall. Exhale, press your hands into your thighs. Start to blink your eyes open slowly. Lift your hips up. Take the block out if you have one. Set it to the side. Come into a high plank, a full body pose. So just stretch your heels back. Feel that blood flow come back into your heels, back into your ankles. Gaze is at the front of your mat to keep your spine long. Good. Inhale. Exhale, hips up, down dog. Bend one knee at a time. You can walk out your dog. You can wag your tail side to side. Shift back to your high plank. Release knees down and sit on your heels for half tortoise. Reach arms up, press palms, just cross thumbs. So pinkies are forward. Hinging from your hips and keeping your hips as close to your heels as you can, release your pinkies down to the mat. Once they hit your mat, send them even farther forward. You can rest your forehead down on your mat, but I want you to keep your wrists and forearms lifted. So feeling that nice side body stretch. These look good, everybody. Press those heels back, reach your pinkies forward. Now using the hip hinge, ground your hips back to your heels. Keeping ears between biceps, hinge yourself back up to seated. Release your arms by your sides. Come back to your high plank. Core is in. Shoulder blades squeezing together. Inhale. Exhale, hips up, down dog. Take what you need in your dog. Like a wave, just slowly ripple forward to your high plank. Release your knees. We'll sit up on our knees for camel. So you can place a block, again, if you have one, between your thighs. If not, separate your knees hip distance, hands to your low back. Squeeze elbows towards each other, squeeze shoulder blades towards each other, send your hips forward. So similar to our back bend, hips forward, gaze can go up. Try to engage your thighs. Lift your thighs up to send your hips slightly farther forward. One more breath. It's harder to breathe in back bends, so take a big breath. Roll yourself back up. Arms by your sides. High plank. Full body engagement. Feel your biceps forward, your triceps pressing back, your heels pressing back. Inhale. Exhale, hips up and down, dog. Roll yourself forward, high plank. Release knees. Sit back on your heels one more time for rabbit pose. Reach back to cup your heels. Curl your chin to your chest. Now slowly roll yourself forward, keeping a domed spine. When your forehead taps your mat right in front of your knees, pull on your heels and lift your hips up. So this is taking forward flexion in our spine. We're hinging forward, where our camel, our back bend, was extension of the spine. So feel this forward flexion. Pull on your heels, try to get straight arms, lift your hips a little higher. Now slowly roll out opposite than you came in, hips to heels first. Rolling up one vertebrae at a time, head and neck are the last to lift. When your gaze is forward, come back to your high plank. Last one, so make this one count. You are all stronger than you think. I promise you, you can do this pose. You could hold this pose probably for longer than you think, but I'm not gonna make you hold it. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, hips up, down dog. Last dog, so take what you need, pedal, wag, or enjoy the stillness. Look at your hands. Step, walk, or jump your feet to your hands and sit back on your mat. Coming into a seated head to knee. Send your heels to the corners of your mat and then sit up nice and tall. Bring your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Reach both arms up. Take a slight turn towards your right foot and then slowly come all the way down, bringing your forehead to your knee. You can bend your right knee as much as you need to make that forehead to knee connection. Take one more breath. Reach past your right toes. Lift yourself back up to seated. Arms by your sides. Bring the soles of your feet together for wide bound angle or butterfly pose. Sitting up tall first, you can interlace hands around feet. Hinge forward with a flat back. When you can't keep that flat back anymore, go ahead and dome or round your spine, looking in at your belly button. Slowly roll yourself back up to seated. Send your left heel towards the left corner of your mat. Slide your right foot into your left thigh. Reach up, seated head to knee. Slight turn towards your left foot as you come down. Again, bending that knee as much as you need to.
What? I know.
Reach past your left toes. Lift yourself back up to center, to seated. Release arms by your sides. Send both legs long for our seated spinal twist. Place your right foot on the outside of your left knee. Press your right big toe down into your mat. Send your right arm behind you. Lift your left arm up. You can wrap it around your knee, or you can bring your elbow to the outside of your knee, similar to the twist in the beginning. Use that opposition to twist. Inhale, sitting up tall. Exhale, twisting from your midline, from your mid back. Start to unravel forward, sending both legs long. Taking a mini staff pose, bring your hands by your hips, fingertips forward. Press into your hands to lift your hips up. Release hips down. Place your left foot to the outside of your right knee. Place your left arm behind you. Reach your right arm up. Take that wrap around your knee or elbow to the outside of your knee for some leverage for your twist. Slowly unravel forward, sending both legs long. We'll take one more forward bend. Bend your knees slightly and dig your heels down. Reach arms up. Keeping that flat back, reach forward, grab the outsides of your feet, pull your heart and chest through. If you have any low back issues, I want you to keep a straight spine. If you don't, you can go ahead and dome your spine, looking in at your belly button. You can do either, just take whatever feels best for you. You also have the option to send your legs long, grab the tops of your feet, and take a full forward fold. One more breath. Slowly roll yourself back up to seated. Just flip your palms up towards the ceiling. Roll back one vertebrae at a time for our final resting pose, Shavasana. Feet fall out, palms face up. I want you to close your eyes. Feel the weight of your body just melting down into the floor, into the ground. Bring that focus and attention back to your breathing and enjoy your final resting pose. I'll bring you out with 3 rings of the bell. So truly enjoy your final pose. Wiggle fingers, wiggle toes, bringing that awareness back into your body. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug, show yourself some gratitude, and thank yourself for taking this time to come to your mat today. Reach your right or left arm back, whichever feels more natural, and roll onto that side using your arm as a pillow. Just falling into fetal position, position of new beginnings. You have the option to set a new intention, a new dedication, or a new beginning for yourself right here. Start to press yourself up to seated, facing forward, bringing hands to heart center. Tuck your chin, look down at your fingertips, or you can close your eyes. We'll recognize the peace and light within each and every one of us by bowing forward together and saying namaste or thank you.